Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle. This practice is a gentle yoga flow focused on relief for low back pain, suitable for all levels of yogis. And I just really encourage you though to be very mindful of where you're at currently with your low back pain. Modify any of these poses that are necessary for your body, and always just meeting your body where it's at. Also, will not be using any props, but if you would like to bring some props into your practice for some of the poses, you can of course do that. All right, and let's get started in our first pose, which will be a child's pose. So you can come towards the back of your mat and bringing the big toes together, widen your knees. I like to bring them to the edges of the mat. That just really kind of helps open up the hips and give space for the low back. And then think of trying to keep your hips like magnetized to your heels. And then as you come into your fold, lift and reach out of the low back, still keeping those hips towards your heels as much as you can. And then lowering your forehead to your mat. And here, if this is maybe where you need a prop or a blanket or a block underneath the forehead, you can always do that. Or a blanket underneath the thighs. Let your belly be soft. Feel your chest get heavy towards the earth, softening through your shoulders. This is a great pose to open up the low back, get into the hips, and as well as the upper back. We're just going to take slow, deep breaths here, in and out through the nose. Think of sending that breath all the way into the low back, especially the area where you're having some discomfort. Taking one more breath here. This time, take a cleansing breath. So you'll inhale through the nose, sending the breath down as far as you can into your low back and belly. Then taking an open mouth exhale. And now just lifting up your head, walk your arms and your chest, your upper body over to the right. Keep pressing that left hip down. So we're stretching into that left side body, low back, lowering your forehead back to your mat or to the floor. And then maybe, if it feels all right, bringing that left hand on top of the right, pressing the shoulders down. And we will take 3 big breaths here into that left side body. One more breath. And then very carefully transitioning, making your way over to the left side. Pressing down through that right hip. Right hand can come on top of the left. Press the shoulders down, forehead to the floor. 3 deep, full breaths into that right side body. Last breath. And then walking yourself back to center. And now coming into tabletop. So just lifting those hips up And we'll bring the hands back so that they are underneath the shoulders. Bringing the knees underneath the hips. Feet are hip width distance. And spreading the fingers nice and wide, really firming through the foundation of the palms of your hands here. And we will go through a few rounds of cat and cow. So you're going to inhale, drop the belly, reach your heart forward, tailbone up towards the sky. Now, if this is too much pressure on your low back, just stay more in a neutral spine. Hug your belly button in towards the spine. Good. So if you're in your full cow here, take your inhale, and then exhale, pressing into cat. Press into the palms of the hands, the tops of the feet, dome the spine, and dropping chin in towards chest. And then inhale, come back into your variation of your cow here. And back into cat. We'll take 3 more rounds. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last round. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Coming back to neutral spine. Now tucking the toes under. We're going to inhale, come back into cat, doming the spine, chin towards chest, and then exhale, sending the hips back towards the heels, and take it nice and slow. This is a really good deep stretch for the low back. Good, and then you're going to inhale, come back up, still in your cat, and then exhale to a flat back. And we're going to do that 3 more times. Inhale to cat, doming the spine, chin to chest. Exhale, hips to heels, nice and slow. Inhale, coming back up, still in your cat. Exhale, flat back. Last one, inhale. Exhaling it back. Inhale, back up. Exhale, flat back. Very good. Untuck the toes and just tap the tops of your feet. Let's work out the wrist a little bit. Just take that right hand, make a tight fist, rotate through the wrist. And then switching over to the left hand, tight fist, rotate through the wrist. Nice. Planting that hand down. Thread the needle. You're going to press into your left palm. We're going to inhale, reach that right arm up. And then exhale, you're going to thread that right arm all the way through, coming down to that right shoulder to mat, and bringing the right temple or cheek to your mat. Now you can keep that left hand there in the little kickstand, or you can extend that left arm all the way out. Now here in our thread the needle to support the low back, we want to pull the belly button towards the spine, engaging your core. And then press into that left palm, pushing yourself a little deeper into rolling over onto that right shoulder. And then making sure your hips aren't shifted all the way over to the left, centering them. Breathing here in and out through the nose. One more breath here. If that left arm was extended, bring that back in, press into that left palm, keeping your core engaged to support the low back. We're going to come back up and we're going to open that right arm up once again. Inhale here, and then exhale, planting right hand to mat. And then just shake your hips side to side, working out the low back. Perfect. And then we will do this on the other side. So now grounding down through that right palm. Inhale, extending, lifting that left arm up. And then exhale, threading it all the way through. Left shoulder to mat, left cheek or temple. Good. And maybe extending that right arm out. Belly button to spine. Pressing into that right palm. Inviting in a little deeper twist here. Breathing in and out through the nose. Last breath here. Right hand comes back in. Press into that right palm. Opening up that left side again. Inhale. Exhale. Left palm comes to mat and just rocking the hips side to side once again. And now extend the hands out a little further out in front of you. We're going to come up into downward facing dog. So tucking the toes under once again, pressing into the palms of the hands. Make sure the fingers are spread nice and wide, finding your foundation here through the palms of the hands, lifting your hips, inhale, and then exhale, sending the hips up and back. Nice generous bend in the knees. Arms are nice and active and strong, pressing through the palms of your hands, pressing the hips further up and pressing your chest towards your thighs. Engaging the core, belly button to spine to support the low back. And then you can just walk it out here, just lifting one heel up and then the other. Breathing in and out through the nose. Good. And now let's walk the feet out. Bring the feet to the edges of your mat. Good. Pressing those hips up and back. Arms are nice and strong. Think of bringing the ears between the biceps. One more breath here. And now we're going to walk our hands back towards our feet, coming into a fold at the back of the mat, also known as ragdoll. So you can hold on to opposite elbows here, bending at the elbows, and just let the upper body hang down. The knees generously, bringing your hands or your fingertips to your mat, making our way into a yogi squat, malasana. You're going to turn your toes out, heels in, and then just kind of shimmy your hips down until you are able to make it into this squat. And we're going to bring the elbows to the inside of the knees, palms of the hands together, letting the hips be really heavy here, lifting up the chest, lifting up through the crown of your head. Just taking a few breaths here. Great. One more breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Bringing the hands back to your mat and just making your way back into your tabletop. We're just going to make a transition here coming onto our back, but we'll start in tabletop first, and then you can just swing the legs over to one side, turning yourself all the way around, coming down onto your back. And right away, bringing the knees nice and wide. So think of a reclined child's pose. Toes can come in towards one another. Knees are open. And just holding here, pressing down through your low back. Press down through the shoulders. Let's take 3 breaths here, big breaths into the belly. Last breath. Great. And now sending your feet all the way up towards the sky, holding on to the backs of your thighs. Point and flex through your feet. Rotate through the ankles. And then bending the knees in towards the chest. Open your arms out to a T with the palms facing up. And you're just going to let your legs fall over to the right, coming into a supine twist. You can look over to the left if that feels all right in your neck. Doing your best to have the legs stacked up on or with each other. Breathing into your belly here. Relaxing your jaw, the facial muscles. Noticing any parts of your body that are holding very rigidly or holding tension. Doing your best to allow that to be released. And taking a big breath in, filling up the belly. Open mouth, exhale. And if your head was turned, bring it back to center. Very carefully, mindfully, bringing the knees back in towards your chest, coming back onto your back. And then just letting the legs fall over to the left. Looking over to the right. Once again, allowing the body to soften, relax. And last breath here, big breath in. Let it all go. Turning your head back to center. Bringing the knees back to center. Wrap the arms around the legs. Take a few rocks side to side here. Good. And then planting your feet to your mat, we'll come into Shavasana to end our practice. Now, if your low back is super, super sensitive still, you can stay here with the knees bent. You could also walk your feet out towards the edges of your mat and let the knees fall in towards one another and just resting on your belly, or your hands, excuse me, resting on your belly. Or you can extend the legs all the way out, coming into our traditional corpse pose, Shavasana, bringing the feet to the corners of your mat, letting the arms open up, closing your eyes gently, relaxing your jaw, inviting in a cleansing breath to allow the body to decompress. Big breath in through the nose, open mouth exhale. And imagine any residual stickiness or stagnation or inflammation in the area of the low back or any other area of the body that you're having some discomfort. Imagine that releasing. Releasing from your body. And now nourishing your whole body with a full inhale in. And cleansing your body with an open mouth, full exhale out. Bringing some movement back into your body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Rocking your head side to side. And then bending the knees, bringing feet to your mat. And we'll bring the knees in towards the chest once again, taking a few rocks side to side. Then rolling over to one side and making your way up to a seated pose. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope this practice really helped your low back. If it did and you enjoyed it, please give this video a like, share it with somebody that you know could also benefit from it. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button to help my yoga practices get more out into the world. And my goal is to help benefit so many other people. So once again, thank you for practicing with me today. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Namaste.